The betting on the Special Olympics. Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Well, it is.
So
I
went. And so it's not every event. I went.
I also don't really get. Just before you say that, explain to me. What is this? Okay, because when I thought of the Special Olympics, I thought it was more like, a guy with one leg or like the biking no leg.
Paralympics.
That's what I thought it was.
Separate thing.
And then Special's mental. Yeah. Some mental things.
Yeah. All like, they're like Down syndrome people swimming.
So here's the thing, okay? So I don't know if you
looked at it and I was like.
So I don't know if you can still bet on this. So I went and did a pretty
How do you
deep
qualify? Is it like an IQ test? Like, how do you get in?
Okay, so how do you get in? There are qualifiers. I don't know how you are become eligible. But so here's the thing. Okay, so
you're not retarded.
So
yeah, how do you prove that you're retarded?
So there's one event that you could bet on. This is on BetAG website. So they were the ones who were like announced that you could bet on Special Olympics, and so there's not that many events that they allowed betting on. There was one solo event. Every other event you're betting on the country. Yeah, right. There was one solo event, which was the men's bench press, because normally men's powerlifting, I think it's 3 lifts and then you add the total.
It's a lot of strength,
right? So it's like but so it's it's a lot of strength.
You got a red hair one? Come on.
But so normally it's like deadlift, squat, and bench press, but I guess some people in the Special Olympics can't do all those lifts. So then I guess they decided on the bench press is the one.
But they're just mentally. They're not physically.
They're mentally, right? So anyway, so I looked at the odds. So the guy who is the number one, his name.
I definitely thought it was the Paralympics.
No. So his name's Ryan Keeley. He's from Kamloops, BC. He was the favorite to win. I don't know if you can still bet on him, but if you can, I think this guy is a fucking lock to win. Okay.
Yeah. Are you betting on
it? What? You can. It's off the.
Doesn't this seem like pretty close to you can bet on trans sports? I don't.
But listen. So this is a weird one, right? And I think there might be a thing because sometimes for prop bets, these things they'll announce you can bet on them, but you can't bet more than $50 or something. Yeah, I don't know what the max is, but anyways, this dude is plus 100. I went and looked, which means you bet $1, you get $1 back. The next guy to win is this guy's name's Bobby Hill. He's American guy. Yeah, he's American guy. He was plus 600. So the guy who's the favorite is a huge favorite.
Yeah.
So anyways, I went and watched a video of him on Kamloops local news, and you're he seems like a pretty normal guy.
Right.
Oh, he wasn't that retarded.
No, you weren't buying it. You think
no. He honestly,
you think he's doing the Johnny Knoxville?
No. He has
the Johnny Knoxville.
He has something.
What was it?
The ringer. He has something wrong with him when you listen to him, where he talks, but you're he looks fairly normal, and he kind of just probably says when he says spaghetti, he calls it Paschetti or whatever. He's 30, but he has just these little. But you're watching it. But anyways, he is super strong. His lifts for all. No. It's this one. No. It's number down.
Second one.
This one.
No, that one. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, his lifts for fucking the 3 lifts were he did over 320 pounds on the bench press. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's huge.
The next 2 guys who are the second and third favorites are have severe Down syndrome. They're literally I watched the video interviews. They can barely speak.
Well, this is obviously they're strong though because I'm sure there's
no they are strong the one guy who is the Bobby Hill who was the second favorite or whatever
does he say his name while he does it?
No, but
I'm not gonna act that out.
I watched an interview with him and you're this guy is severely mentally impaired. The guy who was third.
What's the main guy's name?
Ryan Keeley. He was the guy who was the favorite.
And he's pretty. You
watch an interview with him and you go
so you're a Keeley head.
I'm not a Keeley head. I thought it was crazy because you're everybody has Down syndrome except for the guy who's the favorite.
That's messed up.
Who looks pretty normal and might have some sort of development issue or whatever, but he seems pretty normal.
Yeah.
Maybe he lives with his parents. I don't know. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he's missing.
That's all it takes.
I don't know.
That's what I was confused about.
But watching him versus the other contestants, you're because the third person also has Down syndrome, and he's also Canadian from Saskatchewan. And when you in an interview, they can barely speak.
And the first guy's
strong.
I'm gonna smash these darts.
Honestly, he's not like that because he has a sweetness, maybe he's closer to a Forrest Gump type where you're
okay.
But he's not. But the other two are like
guy.
The other two have like really like aggressive Down syndrome.
Maybe he's like right on the edge. Like
Does
he's
he
like right on the border of like where you.
And the crazy thing is you can. Here's another thing. The guy who's second,
I think what happens is they like when they do the starting. Basically, what happens? They bring the people in and they put like a wrestling belt, and anyone who doesn't go to grab it, they're like, okay, obviously you're out.
But like the guy who's second, first off, he's 44 years old. Who's the second favorite? The guy Bobby Hill. He's 44. Like this guy's probably like maybe in his late 20s, like early 30s.
Yeah.
And you can see their lifts like in the qualifiers, and like Bobby Hill was like benched like 230, which is like impressive.
Well,
like,
I'll tell you what would be.
I don't bench that much, but the other guy was like 100 pounds more than him.
Yeah,
so
he's
like
just gonna dominate.
But then for him to be plus 100.
Why are they giving him any odds?
He should be minus 1,000. That's what I don't get. He should be like the.
So are you betting on it or what?
No, it's. I was looking at it last night, and it was on the board, and now I'm looking at it now, and it's not here anymore.
No, that was some easy money you missed out on.
I know.
Why didn't you do it?
Maybe too many people were jumping all over Ryan Keeley, and
they saw.
But like it was so obvious because you're like. He honestly, you like if you watch an interview with him, he just seems like a little something off, but like nothing. But he's also like you can see his lifts; they're way stronger.
I like that you did the research too. You're taking it seriously. You weren't just like I'm just gonna fuck around.
Well, I wanted to see what their like disabilities were. Like I was curious. I assume they all had Down syndrome.
I think,
and most of them do.
Yeah, I think
but
a lot.
This
of
guy who's the favorite.
There's got to be other things they have too. Yeah.
But like they hand out autism diagnoses like pretty like willy nilly.
Does that count?
Oh, so yeah, you think maybe he just got like an easy autism one?
Yeah, but it seems unfair.
I don't think they're there.
Of course, that seems unfair. They should have to be competing against people of their own disability.
You think so? Yeah.
I think it's just hard to wrangle up that many of the same kind. You know, like there's probably some.
No, they have qualifiers everywhere. I don't think so. Like they could. There's like I watched videos of like the one guy, Bobby Hill. He's from Alaska, and like he trains with a lot of other like disabled people. So like there's plenty of them. Who are training of disabled, mentally disabled. I don't know what's so funny.
Do they make money?
I just like you being like, there's plenty of them.
Yeah. Well, you're just saying there's not enough.
We're lousy with disabled people.
There's lots of disabled people who are trained physically. I mean, it's impressive. Like they're fairly strong.
Yeah.
I mean, so
no one's ever denying that. You're acting like
I know.
I remember when I was in like the probably like grade 6. There was basically like one that was frequented the pool, the public pool.
Yeah.
And then he, for some reason, didn't like my buddy Waldo. And then he got too close to him and he grabbed him from behind and just started swinging him around, and the lifeguards had to break it up.
Wow.
And he was like literally trying to drown him. He had his fucking like death grip on.
Why didn't you like Waldo? Just because?
I can't remember what happened. Maybe he punched it. No.
Yeah, Waldo was like
it wasn't like anything like he was.
They had no real interaction. This guy just
it wasn't like he's been taunting him for months.
There was,
but it was like, I've never imagined we've grabbed him. This guy was probably 40. We were 11.
Yeah.
And he grabs him, whoosh, whoosh, like a fucking whale having you in your teeth. Right?
Yeah.
He's swinging all around. And then finally the people come in. He lets him go. He swims out, gets to the, I've never seen just sitting there white. just after that happened, you're just like
terrified.
You're just like, I want to go home.
There was one guy in our school.
I don't want to swim anymore.
Who he had like pretty serious Down syndrome. Like there's like obviously a sliding scale with it. Like I think he was like nonverbal and stuff. And then I wasn't in this gym class, but I got this story like secondhand. I saw people like running out of the locker room, like just like storming out. And what had happened was this guy went in there. He like everyone was kind of in there. He got in there last and then just stripped down naked.
Oh yeah, and that'll happen.
Just started charging people.
Just
like started because everyone he gets naked, and everyone's like whoa, like what? And he sees that everyone's kind of freaking out, so he's like gets like aggressive and starts running at people. People were like and so all of them are like
diving.
Yeah, everyone's like running out of the way, trying
naked
to get to the
too?
door. Yeah, naked.
Other people running out naked though?
No, and no one else was running out naked, but they had to like send someone in because he was just standing. He had like claimed the locker room now, and was just standing in there naked, like, yeah, this is.
And
my
his
space.
name was Bobby Hill. Wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can't bet on it anymore. They took it off the board last night.
Was that okay? So what else were you able to bet on? You said it was
you can bet on. Here's all the things you can bet on as of right now. You can bet on the men's athletic golds by country. USA, huge favorite. Jamaica is second.
Who's number one?
USA.
USA, okay.
Minus 400, massive favorite.
Yeah.
You can
That's
bet,
less fun though, betting on the
yeah,
country.
you're betting on the country. You can bet on basketball. Men's basketball, USA, huge favorite. Spain, second, which is funny because that's basically how like basketball tracks, period.
Yeah.
Like outside of Special Olympics, like regular Olympics, it would be men pretty much USA, Spain.
Yeah.
Again, you can bet on men's cycling. Germany, there's no real clear-cut favorite. Germany, Great Britain, USA are about the same.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any countries that, like, for some reason, something in the foods or whatever, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have like a way higher rate, because that's very probably true.
Yeah,
There's
they're
probably
cooking them better than the rest. Yeah.
They're cooking them better.
Yeah. Apparently, what's it
Here's
called?
men's swimming. You can actually bet on no drownings.
No.
Okay.
Like, yo. Really?
No. USA, though, again, huge favorite. Men's swimming. Women's athletics golds by women's athletics golds. China, actually. So in the Special Olympics,
Well, on the coin toss, yeah.
men do better. For USA, and then China is actually.
I think it's also like a humanitarian thinking, like a humane thing. Like some countries are just not letting those guys kick around.
Yeah, that's
They're-
probably true,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
They keep them, those guys aren't leaving the basement.
No, they're not going around, or they're getting like, I don't know, taken behind the barn.